Okay, I'm out at Ray Benson Snow Park on the beginning of the South Loop. It's an interesting snow park because they allow dogs, snowshoeing and skiing and snowmobiling and everything. They don't have dedicated snowshoe trails. So they ask you to, like, you can kind of see here, there's almost like two lines. One over there and one there. So you're supposed to snowshoe on one side, ski on the other. But I don't know if you can tell, there's just snowshoe tracks all over this thing. Nobody's really paying attention to the rule. And actually here, you can see it gets so narrow that it doesn't even really make sense to separate the two tracks right here, because the whole thing's not that wide. But with conditions like this, it just doesn't matter who goes where or does what. It's all, as a matter of fact, the little, which I think I pointed out in previous videos, the tearing up of the snow here by snowshoers and even just boot people kind of gives you a little material for going up for the fish scales to grab. But yeah, largely, okay, I'm not going to be able to ski up this and film it, but not really seeing a separation. Okay, a little further down, and here you can see there's two tracks. But I think sometimes one of the things is people just don't know which track is what. I see snowshoe tracks on both of these trails. Really, I think the right trail, the one I'm on, is the ski trail, and the snowshoe track is that one over there. But you see ski and snowshoe tracks on both of them, so it's kind of like, whatever. Okay, we're starting out on the Claypool one, something like that. And you can see pretty much right away, it's kind of too narrow to have, or, I mean, you could have two separate tracks, but it's not that there's not enough room on the ground there, but I don't know if you can tell, but like the branches kind of come in from the sides. And so if you're off to one side or the other, you'd be brushing the branches. If you don't want to brush the branches, you got to go right down the center. And so you can have skis and snowshoes going right down the center to avoid the branches, which today isn't a big deal, but someday those branches are loaded with snow, and that would be uncomfortable at times. So you have one shared track here, when it's not supposed to be that way. You're supposed to have separate tracks here, but it's not what's happening. I am noticing when it widens out a bit, there'll be there's some snowshoe tracks on the right, and what looks like more of a ski track to the left here. So, the snowshoers know the etiquette, and they're trying, but here they came back together. It's just, they kind of go together, come apart, go together, come apart, depending on the width of the trail, and I guess a lot of factors. I'm also frequently seeing ski tracks on both sides, which then a snowshoer comes through and they're trying not to step on ski tracks. They're like, what? Okay, so now we're entering onto the PCT. We started on the South Loop, went to Claypool, now to PCT, and you can see it's also very narrow, only going to support one track, at least at this point. Let's roll down and see. Okay, so I'm on the PCT, but check it out. It's like right there, it's just ice. Like where I'm at, there's no track. There's no track at all. And but there had been snowshoers through here. They didn't break through there. But then when I go forward a little bit to where, okay, this is so icy because we're in the trees basically, so it's real slippery. But the places where the snowshoers broke through, I don't know if you can hear the difference. I just got on snowshoe tracks, and suddenly it's nice and soft. So see, if I, oh well, okay, that's good too. Oh wow, cross cruising would be good out here. A little icy, But the point I was getting at is I think largely right here, right now, these snowshoe tracks are a bonus to me, because at points in here they're breaking this icy stuff up and putting little granular things for me to ski better. So I just had to go somewhere else. I'm gonna have to use my poles to get up this, but I had to go somewhere else because it got too steep. This trail is a PCT, you know, it's a ski trail, and I was out in the unbroken snow, and it was hell. And I'm realizing it's a godsend that there was some snowshoers ahead of me. That breaking this snow has really been helpful. Look at this. You can get water here. Pretty cool. A lake.